Dear Diary, Day 20 without a working central air unit. Thank goodness it's not snowing though. Can you imagine shoveling snow in all this heat? Hi, and welcome to Quilt Meets World, where we have adventures in piecing and joy. I'm Russ. Come on into my sewing room. So yeah, it's day 20 without air. The part is still not in. I keep hounding my HVAC company. I've also started tagging Train in Facebook posts saying, how long it's been. I don't know how I'm managing it, except for, the couple spare units that friends of mine have let me use. That's keeping, like I said, 3 rooms in my house at decent temperatures. Kitchen, I wish I could do something with, but it's a sliding window, so I can't put anything in there. My home office area, same thing, sliding window. I don't know why they put sliding windows in the beginning. It looks better, but yeah, doesn't work well if I want to have an air conditioner. I ran into a neighbor a few minutes before I came in here to record this, and she asked how I was handling everything. I told her that I'm sweating in areas that I shouldn't be. She looked at me and a little confusing and everything. And I continued by saying, I'm talking about my dining room and kitchen. I don't want to know where your mind went because I don't know where else she would be thinking. For updates from the week, I talked about putting borders on my purple quilt. I still hadn't gotten around to that yet because I've been playing on the long arm. And I'm playing a little bit loosely, but the plan is officially tomorrow, since I have tomorrow off, to put the borders on the purple quilt and throw it on the long arm. With the long arm, I had some user error learning experiences yesterday. It was an adventure. I don't know how everything started. I'm blaming all of this on the heat because I'm not retaining things as long as I should, even when I'm following the instructions step by step of things that I know should work. They're not working. So I'm just saying that there's a gremlin happening, that something's going a little crazy. When I managed to get everything finally working last night, it was a little annoying, and I got everything going. And after I got the first row done, I happened to look for some reason. Thank goodness I did, because my tension was wrong. So I have to rip out a row. It was off by just enough that it's easily noticeable. So I'm in the process of ripping that row out. I don't know how long it's going to take. I had to do a little bit on the second quilt that I was working on. I had to rip out a partial row because, again, I forgot to make sure it got flossed in to the tension disc, and I had feathering, and thankfully I looked halfway, like, quickly enough. Otherwise, I would have been doing an entire row, or I would not have realized it until it was completely done. It was near the end. It took me probably an hour to rip out that partial row of stitches because I was going from underneath to above to underneath to above. But sweating because, it was my dining room. That's where my long arm is set up. So yeah, I really need to get my air conditioner back because doing long arm projects is not doing well. But I did get this quilt done on the long arm. I have it pulled off. There's not much that I can show you except that, you see quilting stitches. I'm not going to pull the entire thing up, but it's there. And I'm excited that at least one of the 3 is done, even though I had planned to have 2 of the 3 done by now. It'll be fine. I'll get it done. Like I said, I got that, and then maybe or yeah, maybe definitely next weekend, I will be able to get the binding on, because binding should go quick. I think the binding strips are already cut. I don't know. We'll see. There's something about this heat that has caused me to buy a whole bunch of things in my delirium. Don't know what's happened, but I spent a few dollars this week. The first thing is from Fort Worth Fabric Studio. It is a mystery quilt kit. It's called Lilacia, I think. My friend Stephanie of Quilting with Stephanie Stitches is hosting the sew along on her channel. It's a 5-week program, and the first week is starting tomorrow with cutting. So that'll be really awesome. Sorry, Steph, I'm not going to be cutting with you tomorrow, but I will hopefully have the cutting done by the end of the week, because I really want to keep tabs of this one, because it looks like it's going to be a fun project. I love these fabrics. Like I saw them when she did her unboxing, and I thought that they were gorgeous. And when I see them in person, they are even better. This is the backing that I chose. I think there's a few kits left. I'm not 100% certain. I know I checked yesterday and there were plenty of kits left. I don't know if they've sold out in the last 24 hours. So go there if you are interested. But yeah, that's awesome. The second thing that I bought, because these are going to be numbered, is this. This is that kit that I talked about last week when I went to the local quilt shop and said, "What's that?" It is a bunch, I believe it's 10 and some background, quarter yard cuts. I think one of them might be a half yard cut based on the pattern. The pattern is Broken Chevron from Robert Coffin. And yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. I got a call from one of the gals who works at the quilt shop and said that I barely should have enough to do the actual instructions. I guess they had a little bit tight for cutting. So they are saying that this inner border here should be a 1 3/4 inch cut when the instructions say 2.5. So once I get the measurements done, I will see if I have quite enough for that. So that was those two, which were somewhat planned. I went to my other quilt shop yesterday. I had to think my brain's not functioning. And they had their Christmas in July event. I wasn't planning on buying anything there. In fact, I don't even know why I went. I think it was just to get a little bit of air conditioning. And I went downstairs where they had Christmas in July, and I found this. Excuse me. So this is a panel quilt. The pattern is from Fabric Addicts, and the fabric line looks like it's Winter Wonderland from I've already forgotten who did this. Give me a second. It's on the Timeless Treasures. That's who it was. And then I bought this for the backing because I thought that this was the most fun of all the options that they had shown. But that wasn't the thing that really caught my eye while I was down there. It was this one, Angel Windows. This looked stunning in the shop sample. So I knew that I had to get it. The pattern is Angel Windows from Pine Tree Country Quilts. And the fabric line is Angels on High by Northcott. And this is the backing that I chose. It's a gorgeous night sky, Aurora Borealis, something like that. Just gorgeous fabric. And that's what I had to get. Very excited. There is one more that I had ordered, but it's not coming until tomorrow. I've ordered Stephanie Stitch's project bag box. Awesomeness. I'm going to call it Project Awesomeness. She's going to be sewing that up this Saturday at 5 p.m. on her channel, 5 p.m. Eastern. So that is going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully I will have a chance to get that. So yeah, Stephanie's a little bit busy. She's got the Fort Worth Fabric Studio, which is every Monday, and then this Saturday is going to be the project box. We'll see how far we can get. That's going to be a lot of fun. So I have a little bit of announcement. This Saturday, air conditioner or not, I'm going to be on Brekkie with the Guy Who Sews on Sean's channel, The Guy Who Sews. The last time I was on, I think it was March or April. It was April because I was supposed to have a class in March that got canceled. The last time I was on, I had electricity from Billy Elliot on this little felt board behind me. I don't know who's been paying attention to it. Sometimes it changes, sometimes it doesn't. And I had electricity on it, and his power went out about 2/3 of the way through the live. It was a little jarring on me because I hadn't been on a solo live, but then I was. He managed to get to his car and get logged in to end the live properly because it was still going and going and going, and I had no idea what I was doing. So it's going to be a little bit of a redo. I don't know what we are going to be working on yet. On my little board back here, I had thought about putting Walking on Sunshine for this weekend coming up, but I'm a little terrified about the sun falling from the sky if that happens. So that may make it on there. It may be something else. We will see. But please do tune in this Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern on his channel. The link to his channel will be in the notes below, and hopefully I will get some links out in the next handful of days so that you can join there. I'm sure everybody here has Sean in his channel, so please, give him some love that day. So the first show and tell that I have should have been shown last week, but it hadn't gotten posted on my local quilt shop's social media in time for the video. It is this gorgeous table runner. The fabric line is from Lori Holt. I forget which it was. The pattern came from a sew sampler box. So unfortunately, I can't quite tell you what the pattern is so that you go buy it because those are exclusive, at least for now. I hope that one day the Fat Quarter Shop starts to release their sew sampler exclusive patterns. to the general public at, whatever the going rate price for patterns is, because there's a lot of awesome patterns in there that, it may be specifically designed for a fabric line, but I have seen many of them, especially in their Facebook groups, translated into other awesome projects with other fabric lines. In fact, I did one last year. I took a different pattern with a different fabric line, and it came out gorgeous. The other thing I was going to show until I actually showed earlier, it was the quilt that I had pulled out on long arm. It is sitting over there, and my air conditioner is off in here, so I am not going to go back and fetch it. So yeah, we'll figure that out soon because, sweating. Going through everything, I just realized I hadn't talked about what I was going to have for goals this week. Let's see. For goals, the first goal is going to be getting quilt number 2, technically 3, but we'll call it 2, on and off the long arm, which means I got to get the borders done. Like I said, I'm off tomorrow, so that will be the best time to do that. Goal number 2 is to get the row ripped out of the baby quilt. Yeah, that's going to be the hardest part. Our friend, the seam ripper, is just going to drive me crazy. Luckily, this one is weighted well, so I can get through the stitches fairly quickly. So that's number 2. Number 3 is to figure out what I'm going to be working on this Saturday with Sean. I have a couple things in my head. We'll see which one actually gets to the point of being cut and ready. We all know that we don't get a lot done when we are chitty chatty on the lives. I think the best part about the lives is the chitty chatty, not necessarily getting things done, but they are motivation to get working on things. Oh, and then I need to probably start cutting for the Fort Worth Fabric Studio because that sewing along is happening. And if I'm planning on sewing with Stephanie on Saturday along with everybody else, I probably should start getting some of that cut. That pattern, if you haven't seen her sneak peek at everything that she posted the other day, you need to. It is gorgeous. And I think she has a couple project awesomenesses left. And if you're interested in getting one, please do shop there. She's got some awesome stuff. And like I said, just seeing the project made me more excited that I had already ordered her fall project awesomeness. So that's about it for today. It is getting a little warm in here, so I need to get my air conditioner back on so I can edit the video. Thank you for watching. If you want, please consider liking the video and subscribing to my channel. It doesn't cost anything, and it really helps the channel out to grow. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and have an awesome week. Until next time, stay happy and keep stitching.